To any of y'all that didn't know, the sun is also a star, and that is also the name of the title of the movie that I am reviewing right now, which stars Charles Melton and Yara Shahidi, and I hope I pronounced that name right. Now, if you have not heard about this movie, that's fine. Let me go ahead and explain it to you then. So this movie is about Natasha, who is 12 hours away from her and her family being deported, is searching to find a way to prevent that. But in a chance encounter run-in with Daniel, a guy who strongly believes in fate and destiny, tries to sway a scientific all-facts Natasha into falling in love with him and convincing her that they are meant to be together. So I stated in my notes in this review that I wrote last year, and I just didn't put out the review for some reason, that this was the first movie of the year that wasn't a part of my highly anticipated list. But after seeing the first trailer, I was looking forward to this movie and expecting good things, but that just was not the case at all. I was very disappointed by this film, but it wasn't a complete downer. The characters were likable, and the only issues that I have with them are that the confidence displayed by Daniel in the trailer is very different from his personality in the actual film. That's just a minor nitpick, but it was something that stood out to me. But for something major, I didn't believe the chemistry between the two leads. The story moves so fast and seems to rush their connection and doesn't feel organic. So when it comes to the major things that happen in the film, there's no heavy investment to be had with the deep dramatic scenes. And I feel like there should have been more of a back and forth with matching quips and making their interactions more enjoyable and easier to believe them falling fast for each other. And as far as the actors go and their performances, they did really good, and I enjoyed the performances personally, but you can just tell that they were trying to give their best, but the script just didn't give them too much to work with. Now, along with that, there were things that were set up in the movie that were abandoned. Little small things, but could have been significant to the story and helped the narrative, but instead they were just touched on and not really used to its full potential. But one major big thing that I did like about the movie is the cinematography was good as hell, and I liked how everything visually looked. And this movie does dive into the background of the characters, but the movie struggles between which one is more of a significant focus, as it leans more away from Natasha's family issue when it should have been the one with the most time spent exploring, because it is the story that kicks off the movie. Now, in conclusion, this movie is just okay. It had the potential to be better, but didn't utilize what it had right. It was a good situation to center the story around decent characters, but weren't presented good enough to be really invested in. And honestly, it's not a movie that I would find myself rewatching again. But I will say that if you love romantic films, then you probably will love this one. If you aren't too fond of films like these, then you'll probably get nothing out of it and should just pass it up. But in saying that, I didn't regret seeing this movie, and this movie is a miss if that didn't come through clear enough. But like I said, it just wasn't what I expected.